In this video, we are gonna test out a green screen. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because I right now feel so alive because it's so fun to just test out what works. Like, I don't know if you know this, but it's like there's such joy once you get going with creating these videos because you just want to play around with it. And so what this video is about is really about play because I am standing at a green screen. It's the first time I'm ever testing a green screen, and it's going to be so interesting to see how it works. And I guess all I really want to convey with this video is the enthusiasm of what happens when you get going with the playing around things. Anyway, so that's what this video is about. So I'm gonna definitely talk about a lot of things around, the mindset and how I come into this type of, enthusiasm and everything like that. But except for that, this video is just pure enjoyment. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Hi, my name is Oscar, and I help people raise their vibration and share their gift with the world. And in this video, we are just testing out a green screen and we're playing around, we're having fun, and it's a little bit like light work because why shouldn't we be playful? Why shouldn't we just go around and enjoy this in so many ways? I was actually thinking of first making a video around dopamine because I feel that that's such an interesting topic. I don't know if you've ever heard about the guy called Mr. Beast, but anyway, he made this. His YouTube videos are insane, and it's like a dopamine kick deluxe, right? Because he's basically looking on all the joys in life that everyone can have. And I was just looking at this and I'm like, shit, this is so distracting. And I mean, imagine when everyone sits with 3D goggles and everything like that, and we're just gonna be so distracted. But that brought me into how can I play around with this? How can I just explore the depth of, this video creation and see how can I add certain elements, And still, I'm just using my camera. And now I set up a little bit of a green screen here, and I'm pretty proud of just how well it turned out. So, yeah, like I'm going outside and I'm gonna film some backgrounds and I'm gonna see how that background looks here. And yeah, it's just gonna be very interesting to see how I can play around with all of these things. And I think that is what I want to convey with this video overall. It's like life is about play. It's so easy to get stuck on this idea of what is adding value. Me, for instance, I've been so caught up in the whole idea of it needs to be structured this way, it needs to be that way. And to be frank, I've been looking at people who's like, oh my God, they're so enthusiastic, but they're not adding anything of logical value. But maybe, since they're having followers, since people are looking at them and all of those things, right, that means that they are adding value in some way. So perhaps what I want to say around this is there's so many ways to add value. And I'm also saying it a little bit to myself because it's fascinating how many joys there are in life and what can be considered value. Because it's really about the energy that goes through me to you. I saw one of the videos of Aaron Dowdy, a very great YouTuber, and he just said that, like, it's about the energy that comes through you to the other people on the other side. And that's what makes them, enthusiastic. And previously, I've been looking down on it. But maybe I'm looking down on it because I felt that I didn't have that type of energy. You know, it's like if you are in a lower vibe, it's easy to either get jealous or feel insecure about your own way of being when you see someone who is at a higher vibe. But really, it's just a mirror. And the truth is that we all contain this high energetic vibe. And I think that the way we enter it is by don't being so goddamn serious. It's like, play, 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 play. I know it's ridiculous, but, it's like let loose, come in the groove. um, Maybe I'm just playing around, but I don't know. There's something that is very delicious about this energy that goes through, and I'm just standing here. I'm just standing in the room, amping myself up in order to talk to you, like in a really energetic way, and see if that is what comes across. That's the energy I can move into you. Play, joy. Another thing that I read not long ago, actually, you know what flirting is? Flirting is adult play, right? Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with sexuality, but it's more about the play, the back and forth, the bantering, those things. I mean, honestly, in my life, I've been worse at it. I no clue about it. I'm like, no, that question leads to that question, that leads to that question, that leads to the third question. And I'm like, it's just like this straight line. When it's this up and down, play around, all of that, I think when we look upon the news, when the news anchor stands there, it's like, yeah, and this building burned down and that building rose up and war is going on there and that is happening here. And by the way, that was all the news. Flat line, like, bzzz, dead. Perhaps we've been programmed to not be so energetic because, like, when we see these news channels, it's like the anchor is like, there's nothing there, right? So there needs to be more energy. We can play around with it. It's okay if it doesn't work that well. There's wisdom in play, Maybe the children that are playing are our great sages, They're showing us how the world can be so incredibly joyful, and every second is delicious while we're playing in this sandbox and just interacting and finding ways to do things. Where's the play in our life? Like, how can we add play in the most delicious way? That's so freeing. That's so freeing. So yeah, we can lose up. We can do something different. We can be crazy creative. and crazy joyful. Like we can have this enormous spectra. And the funny thing is this, that the more emotions you're okay with, the more you can utilize them in different situations in your life. You know, the more you can go to the depth of the really horrible ones, the higher you can go. So you can like span this out, and you are this enormous dynamic being that doesn't have to be one line. It's like, oh, that's Oscar Nigren, he does that, does that, he doesn't do these things. It's like, he can't be playful. And I want to change that. So yeah, that's why I'm standing in front of you guys, just talking out of my head, seeing what comes through. Because this is imperfect action. This is what we do. It's not perfectionistic, but it doesn't have to be. And perhaps that's what makes this video even more enthusiastic, because it's the energy that's coming through me to you. I'm not making 100% logical sense, but you know what? So what? So what? Just feel this wisdom of setting up your camera, doing it. You know, I've set up my camera, it's holding a television, and I have a green screen behind me, and I'm just standing in a small room, but I'm amped up about it because I can see the potential in all of this. So yeah, this energy of play, being 100% in your authentic self, and just standing there, letting the world see your light through the way you are, in the perfect way you are. How wonderful isn't that? Take that in. Take that in. The joy of play, the non-seriousness of life. You know, Jim Carrey or other comedians, like I think I've sort of envied them because of their way of being so ridiculously unapologetic in their expression. I remember Jim Carrey walked up to some journalist after he had had a certain spiritual awakening, and he was just like looking at him, like poking a little bit. Are you real? Are you real? Are you really? I'm like, imagine that. Like walking up to someone at the street, I'm like, I'm just checking. Sorry, I'm just checking. Does this reality really work? I know we shouldn't scare people, but the point is to just, we're so used to certain social stigma, but maybe it's the time for us to get away from it, you know, get out of our head, go out, play, dance on the street, as I've done. I'm gonna do a video about that, by the way. You're gonna like that. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a lot of music going on, and so you can be on this joyride with me. Anyway, I hope this message of play, being that child, comes through me to you. Because it's really about this enormous, joyful play. I guess as we're setting this up, right? Maybe as things expand, we add it more, but to forget this, maybe when I have 1 million subscribers, then I'm gonna look back at that video. I'm like, oh, that guy, he could play. Now I'm so serious. Nah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna expand it. I'm gonna get this energy into the other videos as well. Dynamism. Dynamism. Yeah, that's a word. Anyway, I'm rambling here. So, guys, thank you so much. If you got anything out of this video, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, like this video. Next video is going to be more serious, going to probably be about dopamine, because I had already lined that up. I had such an outline, but this just got me going. So, anyway, peace, love, and joy to all of you.